Alright, in this video I thought I would talk a little bit more about some questions and some things you may want to ask yourself when you're getting started on your journey, wherever it is you want to go, whatever it is you want to do. I was thinking more or less like how to create a clearer vision of what you want for your future. And I mean, you definitely got to have a goal in mind. You definitely got to have an aim in mind. Like I was talking about the other day, if you don't put an exact aim into a GPS, you're never going to get where you want to go. So for me, when I first started, I really wasn't sure either. I was always wishy-washy about it. Well, maybe I'd like to do this, maybe I'd like to do that, maybe I could see myself doing this and that. And so I never really got down to even doing it, or like writing it out, or even considering where it is that I wanted to go. And I need to do it more too. Like, you need to reset and keep looking at it to kind of see where it is you want to go. And that's the point. Is like, and part of it was because my limiting beliefs didn't think I could go where I wanted to go, didn't think I had the abilities to go where I wanted to go. And I'm sure some people still feel that way, and I still feel that way in some instances too. So that's okay. But you have to start with where you're at. Like the GPS, you got to know where you're at. Like, where am I? Like, what are some of the things that maybe I need to improve on that will help me get to where it is I want to go. But first, we got to kind of get to the point of, figuring out where it is you do want to go. So, one of the questions is, what are you truly passionate about? Like, what gets you excited every day? They always say follow your joy, follow your passion, follow whatever it is that gets you out of bed in the morning. Like, what is that thing that you want to create in your life that gets you excited? Like for me, on my journey, I like kept letting other people try to figure that out for me. I always listened to what everybody else was saying, like, oh, you don't want to do psychology, there's no money in it. Oh, you don't want to do or you should do pranic healing, you'd be good at it. Which again, I might be, but it didn't light me up every day. It didn't get me excited to go there every day and do it. I didn't mind doing it for fun, but it wasn't something that I could see myself doing every day. So you have to be able to see yourself doing it. You have to want to do it. Because at the end of the day, if you're doing something you really don't want to do, I mean, it's not much fun, trust me. I still, for extra money in the moment right now, I do a job that I don't enjoy. And I definitely don't like going there. That's why I continue to do this, so I can keep moving forward and keep getting better, so then I can eventually turn this into my passion, my joy, because this is what gets me excited, is to get on here and share what I've learned and hope that it will help other people, you guys, also learn what it is that you love and help you feel more confident in doing what you love. And speaking from the heart, speaking with passion, speaking with joy, feeling that stuff from the inside out. There's something in the inside of every single one of us that we like to do. It doesn't have to be some grand thing, but whatever that thing is, you need to let it out and do it. And not everybody's always going to be okay with that. So we all get judged for whatever it is we do, and sometimes the people that judge us are the ones that aren't doing anything. I saw a quote the other day, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's like most of the people that are like talking bad about whatever it is that you're doing are the people that aren't doing anything themselves. Because people that are doing stuff don't feel the need to tear other people down. They just, like me, I want to. And again, I used to get jealous. I used to be, I'll be honest, I used to get a little bit jealous of successful people. And because I wasn't successful, it was me. Because they were doing things that I wish I was doing. And again, it is what it is. But then I realized, you know what? It's awesome that they're doing that. Now I encourage other people. I want to see everybody be successful. And it gets me excited to see people that are having success. And then I want to ask the question of, how are they doing it? how are they, it's in, and I remember someone said to me, it's easy for them to do it, they're millionaires. Well, guess what, they weren't always millionaires. Do I want to be a millionaire? Sure, it would be awesome, but at the end of the day, I want to create um, inspiration in others. I want to help people realize that they can do more, just like I'm beginning to realize that it just takes time. You got to be you. You can't be anybody else. You have to figure out who you are. You have to put some time into it if you want to do all these things to create this vision of who you are, or be who you are. There's values in there. Are you being authentic with your values? Do you really believe that? And you gotta like match your values. That's why I'm having so much problems right now, is because my values don't match the people I work for's values. So it's kind of hard for me to continue to do that. My values are do the best that you can for your customers and help them in any way you can, and then the universe will help you back. And again, it's like a cycle. What you put in, what you get out. And again, I hope I'm putting in good value. I hope I'm getting everybody, thinking about some things. Because you got to have the thoughts about it first, like in the change model. You got to start contemplating all these ideas. And that's the start of it. Figuring out what you're truly passionate about and what you believe in. What are, to create that vision of where you want to be in 5 to 10 years, maybe even 20. And then cut it down a little bit more. Like, I want to have more subscribers. I'd like to maybe have 30,000 subscribers by 6 months. Like, that's a little more like specific, because we kind of got to have specific aims too. Because if I just say I want more subscribers, then you get one more, and that's more subscribers. So you kind of I want to make more money. Okay, here's $1. See you later. You made more money. That's kind of how the universe works. Like, you got to be more specific on what it is that you're doing and what it is that you want to create. So these are some things you got to think about. Is where do you want to be in 5, 10, 15 years, 20? What are the goals that you want to accomplish, and then that'll kind of create a vision of what it is you want to do. And contribution. How do you want to contribute to the world, society, the people around you? Like, those are the things that I do. I want to create impact on other people. I want to see more people start believing in themselves, believing that they can do stuff regardless of what the outside circumstances say. Because for years I let myself be stopped by the outside circumstances because I couldn't see a clear vision of where I wanted to go. All I could see is where I'd been, and that wasn't where I wanted to be. And I had no idea how to get where I wanted to go. But I started putting the idea out there of I definitely want to do something different. Instead of saying that I don't want to do the job or do what you're doing in the thing, I learned that you got to change that. And so I stopped saying that, and I started saying, okay, I just want to do something different. I want to do something different. And then anytime I caught myself saying I don't want to, I started saying I want to do something different. Because when you keep saying, like Wayne Dyer used to always say, if you focus on what you don't want, don't be surprised if what you don't want keeps showing up. And I never really understood that. It's because your focus is on what you don't want. Well, your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and your imagination, but it also doesn't understand don't. It thinks that that's what you want. It's like I don't want to work at this job. It's like, oh, okay, we'll keep working at this job. Like, it doesn't understand the don't. It just it hears the want. So then it creates more of it. But I didn't understand that until about a couple years ago, and I was like, holy cow, I never thought of it like that. Because it's weird, and that's why when you keep saying you don't want something, that's exactly what keeps showing up. So then I changed it. I want to do a different job. I want to create a better future. I want to create impact on people. I want to help other people get to where they want to go. I want to show them there's a better way, or at least make them believe it or help them believe it. But again, at the end of the day, you're in control. You're the one that has to, I can't make you do anything. You have to be the one that says, hey, I want something different. I want something more. I want $50,000 by the end of the year. I want this. There's so many things that we desire and we could do, but we just, if we don't believe that we can do them, number one, then we're not going to take the necessary steps to kind of figure out how to do them. And that's what I started doing. And then, I just started studying successful people. What are they doing? Because they obviously got a result that I wanted. So then I started studying them and watching their videos, listening to their things, getting in their masterminds, and over time, the more I learned, the more then it just kept building over time. This stuff takes time. None of this is going to happen overnight. I mean, me getting to the point of doing these videos did not happen overnight. I've been working at this stuff slowly for the last 4.5 years. And it took me probably a year of just learning a lot before I even got a coach. And I was scared to get a coach in the beginning because I didn't think I'd have the money to pay her. But then once I said, you know what, I got to do something. And then all of a sudden I was like, never once have I said that I wasn't happy with the results I've gotten from it. Never once have I said I want my money back. No, it was probably the best investment of my life, to be honest with you, because you're investing in yourself. Because you can't take away. They can take away your house. They can take away your car. They can take they can take away all the stuff you have in the world, but they can't take your knowledge away. They can't take your self growth away. They can't take away your mind. They can't take any of that away. So when you invest in yourself, when you invest in personal growth, that is something that they can't take away. You develop it, you become it, you learn from it, and then you are able to do more. And like I was talking in the other video, the more you release, the less garbage is there. And that's why I try to show this with conviction and passion, because I've seen it. I've lived through it the last few years, and I've seen myself develop. Like I've said in my past, we're our own hardest critics at times, because we can't always see how much better we've become through the process of all this stuff. And every once in a while, my coach is like, "Wow, you definitely are not the same person you were when I started, or when I started coaching you." And it makes me feel good, because at least someone else can see what I can't see sometimes. So again, you just got to work at it little by little, and if you fall back into old patterns, that's okay. Just when you realize you are, become aware of it, and keep doing stuff. Like, even me still to this day, like I said, there's weeks where all of a sudden I won't do any videos, but then I have to tell myself, okay, forget about that, let's get going. And then you got to create that momentum again and keep that momentum going, because that's part of it, is to keep that momentum. Even if it's something small every day, it doesn't matter, because all of a sudden you might do small, and then all of a sudden, boom, something happens and you realize it, and then you get a big epiphany and you realize something that you couldn't see 3 days ago. But it's because these little things that you did, writing goals down, writing your vision down, asking yourself questions of who you are, meditating every day, learning how to meditate every day, maybe doing yoga, just visualization, seeing yourself as doing that, feeling yourself as that person you already are. Like today, the last few days of my meditations, I forgot to really feel myself being the person I am, and being excited and being with conviction. And when you feel these things, then all of a sudden you push it into this world. And then when I get on these videos, and I feel a little bit better. And if you gotta have that feeling, because you create the feeling from within. Like I was saying a few videos ago about the heart, where you put your hand on your heart and feel love. You can do that with any feeling in the world. And the more that you feel that way, we've just been taught wrong. We're taught that we need to have all these outside circumstances, that you got to have the great car, or the great life, the great house, this and that. And again, those things are nice. I'm not saying you shouldn't want them. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you shouldn't value who you are on those things. And then when you value you're a good human being, or at least you're a human being that can be good, you can always make better choices in the moment. Then you can start to feel those things, like envision yourself, like how would I feel impacting people's lives, and being passionate and being excited. And you kind of like I'm trying to get it right now, like feel it, like yes, awesome, you just feel it. And then the more you practice that, the more that you actually become feeling that. And then all of a sudden, when you start to bring that feeling into the world, then the things out here will just come to you. But you got to feel it on the inside first. We've been taught to live our lives from the outside in. We got to start to learn living from the inside out. Feel good about yourself. You should, no matter what. Because the more you feel good about yourself, the more you're going to start making better decisions. If you're feeling terrible every day, and trust me, I've been there, I still do it from time to time, but I'm working on it. And you just kind of snowball in that way. The momentum goes that way. And then you got to stop that momentum too. We can always stop ourselves in every moment and readjust wherever it is we want to go or whatever it is we want to do. But it's that awareness first. I mean, it's the awareness first. You have to be aware that you can do this. And then you got to start practicing it. And then don't get me wrong, like I said before, I fall back into those old patterns too. So it's like I'm not perfect either, but it's that awareness. It's that awareness of it first. Awareness is so powerful when you realize what it is that you're doing. And then you kind of shift in that moment and then start doing more things that will lead you towards your vision. Will do it. Like me getting on here is leading me towards my vision of helping people, leading me towards my vision of speaking in front of thousands of people, millions of people online. These are some of the things I envision myself doing. Is I want to have impact. I want to speak in front of people and get them to realize that if I can do it, anybody can. I mean, Jesus, years ago, like I said in the last video, I wouldn't even have got on here and done anything. And that was the reason why, for the most part of my life, I never did what I wanted to do, is because I was afraid. And again, the only way to get over your fear is to face it and keep going. I'm going to be judged. Not everybody's going to like what I have to say, and that's okay. I mean, I hope more people do than don't. But again, at the end of the day, some people are going to just be at their own level. So I hope this helps all the people that are watching, and you like and subscribe, and you keep it going. Because, like I said, I just want this to reach more people, because I feel like this is good stuff. And I think it's beneficial for us at this time in evolution to keep going. I feel like that's the next area where we're going. And I see that I can see that it's already like starting. Like we have to like start living more for ourselves and focusing more on ourselves. Than I think self-development's more powerful than any material thing we can get. Now, like I said, material things are fine. I have no problem with them. But at the end of the day, I want to create more impact and be able to do more stuff in this world to have impact on others and have a vision of helping people, of lifting people up instead of trying to tear people down. So again, and this is part of it for me. So and today's message was have a clear vision. That's part of my vision with how to get that vision. So, and I think you just need to start asking yourself some questions like, what are your core values? How do they influence your vision? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What makes you excited? Where do you see yourself in 5, 10, 20 years? What are some specific things that would get you to that accomplishment? And what kind of things you want to do to help have impact on community, on the people around you. And I think I've kind of explained some of that too. So again, like and subscribe. I just want to reach more people, and hopefully this reaches at least one person today and gives them some inspiration to do something more. All right, have a good day.